Look, I also wish animals could talk, although I am worried that some of them would have abhorrent politics. But all talking animal scams owe a debt to the original talking animal scam, a very clever horse named Hans. Hans lived in Berlin in the late 1800s, and it really seemed like he could do math. He'd be brought out on stage, and someone would be like, "Hey, horse," they love it when you say, hey, horse, what's 9 plus 2? And then he would tap his hoof 11 times. He'd be like, eins, zwei, drei, up to 11, and everybody like, wow, he really knew the answer. This is a very clever Hans. That is a very good trick, but an interesting thing is that while it certainly is a trick, nobody involved has to be in on the trick. The trainer, the audience, the person asking the question, and Hans, none of them have to know what's happening. It is a rare quadruple blind scam. Here's how it worked. Hans was a people pleaser, and when you stopped talking, he knew it was his turn to start clopping. And he also knew that when you smiled, we did that little thing with your eye that indicated you were happy with him, he must have gotten to the right number, and then he would stop clopping. And that's a trick, and he doesn't know math, but still, that's a very clever Hans. This is basically the same trick with chimps who seem like they can speak sign language, and dogs who press a series of buttons to say, "When it is cloudy out, I feel a deep sense of ennui," although both of those include the less impressive trick of selective editing. And the clever Hans effect is a way that cops can introduce their own biases to drug-sniffing dogs, so ACAB includes canines. After people caught on to the trick, Hans stopped performing, and then he just kind of floated around until he got drafted into World War I by Germany, because if animals could talk, you probably wouldn't like their politics.